Premium focus, attention, and mood formula with the possible libido killer as a first ingredient. What's happening, guys? Hope your day is going well. Today we're going to review Noo-Hype. This is called Focus Point. We're going to go over the ingredients so you know what you're putting in your body, and we'll go over the effects on this thing. So if you're new to the channel, you like stuff like that, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you along for the ride. So jumping right into this so we can get this going and get into the effects. We have 30 servings per container, 3 capsules. I have no discount codes for this thing. They sent this to me to review for you guys, and I appreciate that. Right on the top of the ingredient profile, we have lion's mane mushroom extract at 500 milligrams. So lion's mane is a fantastic ingredient for boosting nerve growth factor, NGF, and this stimulates the maintenance and repair of cholinergic nerves. So neurons are nerves. And the cholinergic system is super important in the brain for learning and memory and recall. So this does a really good job on learning, memory, and recall in study formulas. But it can have some negative side effects. One can be if you suffer from an inflammatory disease. Like I have a type 1 diabetes, so I watch myself. This sensitizes the neurons in the body, so they receive communications a lot clearer. So if you have an inflammatory disease, like I could have neuropathy over a period of time, you want to be careful and you want to tread lightly with lion's mane as far as dosing wise, because this can increase inflammation and it can increase the pain response. Because when you sensitize those neurons and you allow them to actually receive communications a lot better when it comes to pain signals and stuff, it can increase that. The other downside of lion's mane, or could be, is this blocks 5-alpha reductase, which is a enzyme used to convert testosterone into DHT. And DHT is probably the most potent androgen in the body for muscle building, masculinity, libido in the bedroom. So, just things to think about. On my channel, I want to deliver you guys everything so you guys can make an educated decision on what supplements and what ingredients you want to have in the formulas and the products that you use. So moving on. We're going to go on to N-acetyl L-tyrosine, 350 milligrams. This boosts L-Dopamine in the brain, then norepinephrine, and then norepinephrine is converted into epinephrine by an enzyme. And this boosts cognitive function, mood, learning capabilities, and lowers stress levels in the brain under certain conditions, stressful conditions. Then we have alpha GPC at 300 milligrams. This boosts the neurotransmitter acetylcholine in the brain, improving communications between neurons. This also has a boosting effect for the cell membranes in the cerebral cortex, which is responsible for personality, motor function, planning, touch, and intelligence. So it boosts your cognitive function and your memory and your learning capabilities. Then we have KSM-66 ashwagandha at 300 milligrams. So this helps improve the stress response and cortisol levels from the hypothalamic pituitary axis in the brain. This also has benefits for increasing the regeneration of axons and dendrites, which are found in neurons to help receive communication and send communications. And for those that don't know, this also, like Hericum A, is an acetylcholinesterase inhibitor. If I said that right. Sometimes I have problems trying to pronounce these things. But this inhibits that enzyme, which is an enzyme that breaks down choline in the brain. So it will attribute to the upper level of choline that's going to stay a little bit longer in the brain for cognitive function and memory. Then we have Bacopa at 300 milligrams. I like this ingredient. So this reduces cortisol levels. It helps with improving signaling across neurons. But what I really like about this is it removes arterial plaque that could cause heart attacks. And also has anti-anxiety benefits to it as well. But I like that idea of reducing the plaque buildup that might be building up in the brain. So on the healthy side. Then we got Hericum A at 200 milligrams. So this blocks acetylcholinesterase, if I'm saying that right, which is an enzyme that degrades acetylcholine in the brain and the body, and it will keep it elevated, just like I said in ashwagandha. It also has other benefits where it helps support brain cell mitochondria, free radical damage, it has some antioxidant effects, and basically overall just boosts brain activity by all these health benefits that it has in it. So, Noo-Hype, Focus Point, how did it do? So you take the 3 caps, and this thing starts to come in about 30 minutes. But you really start noticing it about 45, and an hour is when it pretty much peaks. And you get good 2 hours of some really dialed in cognitive function and focus. Very smooth. The memory is there. You really focus on what you're doing. So when this thing drops in, if you've already started to do studying, or let's say you're using it for training, when this thing really drops in that hour, I mean, you're dialed. There's no nootropic bubble. There's no exotic stims in this or anything like that. It's just a smooth, clean study and learning supplement, in my opinion. I mean, you can use it for training, but I think this is mainly used for those that want that extra edge, whether they're at work and they're working on the computer, or they're just trying to retain information. So it did a really good job as far as I go. As far as level of cognitive function and focus for 2 hours after it hits, and that 1 hour, I'd say it's really almost a medium high, but a little bit lower. It's high enough to where you can dial in and forget your surroundings while you're dialed in, but not too high to where you can break away from it and then you can talk to people, and you're not like, hey, you're just like, you can kind of be normal. You're going to shake it off and then turn to someone and talk to them a little bit. So there's no like stim effects on this thing. It does awaken the brain. So I've taken this multiple times. At the end of the day, when I've trained in the morning, went to work, and I've taken enough caffeine, 400 or 500 milligrams for the day, and I don't want to take any more when I get home, make dinner, and sit down to try to study or put together thoughts on what I'm going to review next. And this really, after that 45 minutes to an hour, it wakens your brain. Not in a stimulatory effect, but it just kind of just brings it awake, opens the eyes in the brain so you can start functioning again. So very good product. And talking about lion's mane is just all about information. I want to let you guys know that it's found in a lot of products, and I want to let you guys know that it's not a knock on this supplement at all, because you're going to find it in a lot of focus ingredients. It's something to be conscious about on how much you're taking. There is a gentleman, Ryan Russo, that I'll put a link to his YouTube page down at the bottom, and he's still trying to recover from a lion's mane hit that he took quite a bit, though. I think it was 3.2 grams, and it really messed with him. But if you guys are curious, go check it out. He's also found other people on Reddit that have had problems with lion's mane as well. So I hope this review helped. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave it down below. I'm going to get on with the rest of my day, go make myself some dinner, and shut down for a few hours. Try to quiet my brain. So once again, Noo-Hype, Focus Point. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave it down below. I'll be glad to get back to them. Other than that, I'm going to get on with the rest of my day and start preparing for the next review so we can knock these out. You guys have a good one. We'll see you next time on the channel.